Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy DuckyTheGamer back again with another video. Now today we're going to be covering every single leak up to this point regarding season 1 of Call of Duty Mobile. I believe Call of Duty Mobile is doing similar to what Fortnite has done in the past, where this obviously isn't season 1 of the game. I believe we're going into either season like 13 or season 14 of Call of Duty Mobile, but they're just kind of, reverting back to season 1, giving it a fresh naming scheme, a fresh slate. But the season is jam-packed with a ton of changes, ton of new features, and with that, a ton of leaks have already come out. So this video I'm gonna try to keep it as short and as concise as possible, but there's gonna be a lot of information, and if you guys are looking for something specific, I'm gonna do my best to leave timestamps down below in the description. So I'm gonna be covering the battle pass, like the leaked skins, what you guys can expect from that, also the balance changes, what will be changed regarding weapon performance, and of course the new content in the game, the new weapons, what's going to be added, the new score streaks, new tacticals, stuff like that. So if you're looking for something specific, head to the description so you guys can see what's down there. For multiplayer, mainly we've got some new maps. We've got Hacienda and Chinese Nuketown. I believe Hacienda is not going to be a ranked map, so I probably won't be playing it too much. Chinese Nuketown, I think, since Nuketown is still in the ranked playlist, it's just going to be a refresh of Nuketown for probably, I guess, the whole season, which will be pretty interesting to see how it plays out. We've also got a new tactical grenade, the Storm Ball, which I think we've seen this before in a previous test build. It says block the enemy's gaze by creating a concrete barrier at the target location. The enemy inside the barrier does not recover HP. So basically, you chuck it down, it creates a really big ball. I guess you can't enter or leave the concrete barrier, and then if you're inside of it, you can't recover HP. Will be super interesting to see how this plays out. I don't think there's been any leaked gameplay of this, so unfortunately I can't show you guys that yet. And as for game modes, the big thing is that payout S&D is now going to be in ranked multiplayer for a limited time. This game mode has received so much praise, and it's really cool to see that COD is adding limited time ranked mode. So we don't know how long it's going to be in ranked, but definitely gonna get my hands on it, definitely gonna get you guys some gameplay as soon as the season drops. And I've never played it, so we'll see how we do, see if we pop off, see if we can get a few dubskis in a payout S&D. If you guys want to check out what's on the right hand side, these are pretty miscellaneous updates, but I'll let you guys pause and read if you want to. On a battle royale, I think those are pretty minor adjustments. The main one being, in my opinion, they're adding some snow and ice areas to blackout, which I think is pretty cool. We'll see if it affects gameplay at all, as well as voluntarily discarding attachments, prevent players from picking up the attachment of the same type or of any rank for 30 seconds. So let's say you drop, I don't know, like an extended mag or something like that, which all in all, I think it's a pretty good change. A lot of times I'll drop an attachment, pick up the literal exact same attachment like 5 seconds later off the ground. But yeah, all in all, once again, I'll let you guys pause and read these if you want to. They're pretty minor adjustments overall for the grand scheme of things. Yes, I see Kilo PPSH. We'll be touching on these in just a second, don't worry. But the big juicy stuff, the weapon balances. Now over here, yes, we have some combat optimization stuff, very minor things. I will say clan wars are getting some pretty cool adjustments, basically just sort of making it more optimized for different size clans, and making it so if you're a new member in a clan, you can still participate and be a part of clan wars. But let's get into some of these balance changes. So the QXR is actually getting a bit of a buff. The third range damage is getting increased from 16 to 18 meters, and the increased initial damage is getting increased from 8 to 10 meters. Is this going to make a huge difference? I don't know personally. The QXR is still good, but not great. I don't think this buff is going to be enough to really, swing the tide enough to make it a huge favorite in terms of the meta. The Rytech AMR, funny enough, I just made a video on this, kind of hating on the weapon and saying it was a huge disappointment. It's actually getting a buff. The tactical reload time is getting decreased from 4 seconds to 3.4 seconds, and the empty reload time is getting decreased from 5 seconds to 4.1 seconds. Really, this doesn't change much. I think it might be a little bit more usable maybe in battle royale, but still, I really don't see this changing it. It's not going to be better than the Locust, not going to be better than the DLQ, so I don't really see anyone using the right tech just because of the reload time change. But great to see they're making adjustments on it. The PV Bison is actually getting a buff as well, which is really funny. Initial damage increased from 26 to 28, which is a pretty big buff. Headshot multiplier increased from 1.2 to 1.3 multiplier, and chest multi increased from 1 to 1.15. So that's a pretty big buff in my opinion. This could easily put this to a top 3 contender weapon, which is crazy because the PPSH could also easily be a top 3 contender. So we could see the PP19 and the PPSH. This could easily be just a huge SMG meta season. We'll have to see when it drops. But yeah, reading these changes, these are some huge. A 1 multi to a 1.15 with the initial damage increase. Those are some insane numbers. Now the DRH is getting quite a substantial buff as well, and it's getting a range buff as well as a reload decrease, which is good because I think it's a pretty slow weapon overall. But once again, is it gonna be, I mean, that's a pretty good reload time decrease, and it's pretty good overall. So we'll see. DRH, is it gonna be that cracked? I don't know. Honestly, the D13 sector, I don't even know what this weapon is, so sorry about that. I don't know what the D13 sector is. My bad. Score streaks. I think, yeah, they're adding a cooldown to the timer used for score streaks cancellations. I think people are using some score streaks as like UAVs, so that's really nice. And then they're actually buffing the Goliath, I believe, and then buffing the Hawk X3. So that's not fun. And then, yeah, buffing the Purifier. So, all in all, lots of buffs. I don't think there's a single nerf in here. So, we're in for one heck of a season. Lots of really OP, fast time to kill. We'll see how this pans out. But the good thing is, ranked is getting a huge adjustment. Solo queuing with a 4-player queue awards additional ranked XP. So basically, if I'm by myself and I get paired up against a 4-stack, I'll get more ranked points if we happen to win, or I guess if we lose, I won't be penalized as hard. It says new season reset rules for top 5,000 players have been adjusted. I don't know if this means there's going to be additional rules and regulations for people who are in the top 5,000s, or just, you know, a reset for top 5K. Mismatch composition of performed queues during a matchmaking has been mitigated, which I guess means you're not going to be a legendary player going again, you know, against grandmasters, or like vice versa a bunch. The matchmaking scope at the beginning of the season is expanded to accommodate the shortage of top ranked players, which is great because if you're ranked pushing and you are a legendary player, what happens is you're screwed, and because there's so few high ranked players at the beginning of the seasons, you basically can't find games because there's not enough players in those ranks for you to get paired up. So basically at the beginning of the season, they're going to make it so that if you are a really high ranked, they're going to basically make it so that the ranks aren't, they're gonna make it so that the matchmaking is a little bit looser at the beginning of the season, so that grandmasters might actually be going up against legendaries just for the sake of those legendary players being able to find lobbies, which is pretty nice. Solo queue players are matched with players of similar or lower ranks. I guess also good. That'd be bad if they're matched with players of higher ranks. But yeah, all in all, stuff over here, very miscellaneous. Great balance changes. Let's move on to the new content. So here we have the brand new PPSH. Now this thing is slated to be an absolute monster. The stats for this weapon are pinning it to be probably the meta. It's got a 65 round magazine, exactly like the PP19. The fire rate is crazy, and yeah, just looking at this weapon, the iron sights, this is the battle pass weapon. Shout out to Murda for the gameplay of this. I'll leave a link to all of these gameplay videos in the description below. Also, some people got their hands on it in Battle Royale. I mean, it looks amazing. This weapon is, I believe, from it's from World War I, Call of Duty, like COD 5, like OG. The iron sights on this is bad, but from the other one, I think that's the tier 50 weapon on the battle pass. It's not too shabby. It definitely could be worse. Nah, actually, it couldn't be worse. That iron sight's really bad. But yeah, the stats on this weapon are insane. It's probably going to be the meta. That's all I've got to say. Is it's going to be an insane weapon. The PPSH, the Kilo, not so much. Is probably going to be a pretty average weapon, a very solid weapon, like I said. But with the rate of fire, with the damage range, also. I know Bobby plays a really in-depth video, and there's some really great in-depth stats out there. Yeah, like this stat sheet right here. Let me try to break this down for you and just explain why this is insane. So a maximum time to kill for the PPSH is 367 milliseconds. I believe there are some weapons out there where the fastest time to kill is like 340 milliseconds. So the theoretical slowest time to kill with this weapon is also the theoretical fastest time to kill with other weapons like the M4, the M16. It's insane. The fastest time to kill is 220 milliseconds. I think this is like slightly faster than the Type 25. And you guys know the Type 25 is already the meta. So if this is just as fast or slightly faster than the Type 25, and I believe it is around 5 milliseconds faster than the CBR4, we're in for a pretty crazy season. I don't know how COD Mobile is going to keep up with all these weapons. It just keeps getting faster and faster. Like the meta for time to kill every season is like, all right, make it fast, bro. In 10 seasons, the time to kill is going to be like 2 milliseconds. I don't understand how we keep getting faster and faster, and we're not screwed. The damage profile: 1.35 to the head, 1.2 to the upper chest, 1.1 to the lower chest, and a 1x multi to the feet. It's got a 250 millisecond ADS. It's got 818 round per minute rate of fire, which is pretty insane, I would say. Yeah, 65 round mag, 260 reserve mag, 1.8 second tactical, 1.5 second empty reload. That is just insane, man. Like I'm saying, this PPSH is gonna be absolutely disgusting. Now for the Kilo, I mean, if you look at the Kilo, the time to kill for this is 100. The slowest, or the quickest, is 180 milliseconds, but the slowest is 450 milliseconds at the maximum range. So it just depends on the range with this. We'll see. I guess if you're also just beaming heads, that's how you get this. I don't really know. I'm not too big of a stat guy. Yeah, I think, oh yeah, definitely looking at this just outline of the weapon, it does seem like an ACR type model of weapon, which I'm very excited for. Also, now I know we're kind of jumping around, but there is going to be a chopper gunner in the game. That is kind of the last big content leak that has occurred. There is going to be a chopper gunner score streak for, I believe, 980 points, fire from the skies, and a chopper gunner with a gun that is unlimited ammo. Careful not to overheat. It's gonna be a crazy season. I don't know, especially with persistence not being nerfed. We're in for a wild ride. There's no gameplay of the actual chopper gunner. This is just like the model of the chopper gunner and the score streaks menu. And last but not least, here's a bit of the new Kilo Mythic that's gonna be getting leaked. Oh, that was actually a really sick animation. Holy crap. So yeah, it looks like there's gonna be getting a Kilo. Oh, it's a pay to win site right there. That's looking pay to win if I've ever seen one. Very nice. So that looks absolutely ridiculous though. Oh my, whoa. Oh, that is a crazy animation. Wow. That is awesome. That is such a sick animation. That is crazy. Yeah, COD is really outdoing. They're adding a ton of stuff this season. Seems to be awesome. Last but not least, said we're gonna get to the battle pass, and here is the battle pass. Now, this seems to be the main character, Yuri Baraktak. I kind of like this idea. It's called Heist, Season 1 of Heist. We got 4 skins. Very realistic theme for this season. Not very cartoonish. Very sort of like hardcore season. For the weapons, we've got a Man of War, Sterling Ace, Rytech AMR Master Plan, which is why I guess the Rytech is getting a bit of an adjustment. We've got a Finnick, which is very interesting, and a PKM Gilded Lion, which actually looks pretty sick. Now for the epic weapon, we're gonna PPSH Pistolet Pro, which is the gameplay we saw a little bit earlier, and then a new functional weapon, PPSH, which you can get for free. The new score streak wait, what? That is bugged. New score streak Storm Ball. That is wrong. That's not a new score streak. The Storm Ball is not a score streak. That is just the new tactical. The score streak should be the Chopper Gunner. That should be the score streak. There's a backpack. There's a Princess Fumble epic emote. The frame looks pretty sick. The avatar looks pretty sick. Yeah, honestly, this looks like a really solid battle pass. They've been really solid recently. I've been really satisfied. The Karambit looks really dope. Parachute looks pretty sick. Yeah, all in all, this is a really solid battle pass. Especially with the PPSH looking dope. And the PKM, the Red War, been really touching that. That looks nice. And the skins, I really like the Ajax. I think that skin looks sick. And honestly, this heist, Yuri, looks really clean. This video feels like it's been going on for ages, but that's because there has just been so much information to go over. Battle pass leaks, so many patch notes, so much gameplay to go over. I hope you guys learned a thing or two. If you didn't, well then you must have already seen every leak under the sun. I don't think there's much more to be leaked at this point, but if there is, I might upload a video on my second channel, so if you haven't already subscribed to that, it'll be linked down below in the description, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.